Drinking buddies. I thought it'd be really fun to do a shelf versus allocated versus unicorn with this new Jack Daniel's twice barreled special release Tennessee rye whiskey, heritage barrel, double barrel, whatever it's called. Let's go.
I'm your drinking buddy.
Drinking buddies, we're about to start this crazy flight. Let's figure out which one is the best of these, but before we do, we have got to hit that like button and to make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you won't miss any videos. I post all the time and I give you this content on the regular. I post blind content more than anyone on YouTube. Cheers, buddies. So I chose these two because I hear this is really special and these are two really special ryes and I thought that they would be able to maybe stack up against it. This 6-year New Riff 6-year malted rye is 100% malted rye, and it's a really wild mash bill, really fun, really delicious, 6 years old, and it may be allocated, but when I was just in Kentucky right now, I saw it a lot of places. It was kind of all over, so I don't think it's allocated, so that's why we're going for shelf, but you know, like I said, I saw it on shelves like all over the place, so that should be our shelf bottle. Next up, this Colonel E.H. Taylor straight rye, bottled in Bond. Both of these guys are bottled in Bond, 100 proof. This is a 95.5 mash bill, and it's the only bottle from all of Buffalo Trace that has its own unique mash bill, which is kind of cool. This is allocated bordering on unicorn, so please tell me if I was wrong in the comments to not consider this a unicorn, but I couldn't think of another allocated 100 proof rye that could stack up against this. So tell me one that I could have used in the comments if you don't think I should have used this. And last up, we have this 100 proof Jack Daniel's twice barreled rye. So they put it in the barrel in 2015, and then in 2020, when it was 5 years old, they pulled it out and put it in a second barrel. And it sat in that barrel for like 2.5 years. So it's like 7.5 years old. This guy, we don't know, but E.H. Taylor's between 6 and 8 from what we've been told. So they're all around the same age. They're the same proof. They're all ryes. Which one's better? Hopefully we can get in the, the shelf territory. We'll see. Well, we are starting off very strong with a wonderful nose. Cherry, brown sugar, spices, a little herbal, little licorice. Red vines that kind of turns into black licorice as the finish goes. Spicy, little subtle hint of herbal, so like herbal tea. Man, that's really good. Hard place to start. I swirled too hard. Got cocky and swirled too close to the sun, That's a similar note. So you know what's funny? I chose these two because I find them to be kind of similar in flavor profile. The first glass is more herbal, but they're both herbal. But that like cherry licorice thing really comes through here, like red vines. Herbal tea on the nose here. Just not quite as herbal as that one. When I go back to this is a lot more herbal than I thought it was. Almost like a mustard seed on this one. Now I'm getting like a lot of black tea. Going back to this, every time I go back to this tastes more like, it smells more like bright, and this is like sweet tea. Really, really sweet tea forward on the nose. I know I've given about 1,000 nosing notes. I'm sorry, it's really coming to me today. Sometimes I do a video and I put it up to my nose and I can't think of anything. And right now, I could give you 1,000 notes. Wow. Well, I gotta be honest, I thought one was good, and I would say this is dramatically better. They both do drink a little bit over 100 proof. They both drink like right in that like 100 to 110 range. But this is sweet tea for days. There's also a nice cherry note here, like that cherry licorice thing that I got on the nose. But this is like sweet tea in a glass. A little bit herbal on the finish. Mint and dill. Really good, really good. Last three. You know what I'm drinking? I don't. Oh, now this is herbal. This is like sweet and licoricey, and this is spicy. This is a spicy meatball. This is bringing pumpkin spice, like fall spices for days on the nose. Cinnamon, nutmeg, those types of things. Anise. A little brown sugar here as well. This is oaky. This is the oakiest one. Ooh. Wow. That is brown sugar. It's got a toasted quality to it. Maybe that's this guy because I got that toasted thing going on here. But there's also lots more, like more baking spices on this one. This is the spiciest. This is the most herbal, and this is that sweet, like, this is like that sweet licoricey thing. They are all three very sweet. They do all drink a little hot. They are all drinking like 100 to 110. All three of them. Maybe that's just because they're rye. Bourbon tends to taste a little smoother, a little more mild on the flavors, and hits a little lower than its proof. And sometimes rye hits a little above its proof. Well, I'm going to go through these one more time, and then I'll let you know which one I think is the best. Well, drinking buddies, this has been enlightening for a couple of reasons. One, you could look at it that it's a little disappointing that this guy isn't standing out as being dramatically better than the other two. But the truth is, these are two of my favorite ryes that I own. So the fact that this is stacking up against it does mean that it's probably a buy, especially since this is really hard to come by. So let's figure out what we're dealing with here. This is probably since it's my favorite, it's probably the Taylor, since I'm such a Buffalo Trace. Since I'm such a Buffalo Trace tater. One. Oh, that is cool. That is cool. That is so cool. My favorite was the new riff. Two, maybe the Jack? Maybe the Jack? No, the Taylor. So my least favorite was the Jack twice barreled. Now, there's a couple caveats here. A, still really good. B, every time I went to it, it delivered some really cool, really unique things. I think it's still a buy, but for my money, if you want to save money and you want to just buy something a lot easier to find, just pick this new riff up. Malted rye 6-year. Okay, so I know a lot of my audience is in Arizona, but New Riff does not distribute in Arizona. However, Arizona has some of the most lenient laws when it comes to buying liquor online. You can buy this online and get it delivered to your door. So if it's something you want, I recommend it because it's a little bit better than these two guys. It really is. Anyway, drinking buddies, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you. We will see you on the next one. Cheers.